Hello children. Today I am here with an inspirational story of a man named Demosthenes. As this story is about Greek mythology, let us know about great heroes of ancient Greece. Let us start with Greek gods and goddesses. Zeus is the king of gods. He is the god of thunder and is said to be extremely wise. Hera is the wife of Zeus and the queen of the gods. She is the goddess of marriage and a great fighter. Athena is the daughter of Zeus. She is the goddess of wisdom and war. The city of Athens is named after her. Apollo is the god of prophecy, medicine, music and poetry and is skilled at archery. He is also the sun god. Another great hero of ancient Greece is Pericles. Pericles was a powerful Greek statesman and orator. He was also a general of the Athenian army. He favored the emergence of democracy in Athens. He encouraged artists and craftsmen to beautify and protect the city of Athens. The Parthenon is one of the structures constructed in his time. Homer is famous as the writer of the two great Greek epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Though no clear source is available on the life of Homer, it is generally believed that the poet was blind. Let us begin with the plot of the story. Demosthenes was the son of a wealthy sword maker who died when his son was barely 7 years old. The guardians wasted the money meant for his education. Demosthenes was angry with them for cheating him and wanted to find a way to fight against the injustice. Demosthenes was very impressed by the forceful and convincing way Callistratus spoke in a courtroom. He wanted to be a public speaker like Callistratus, but he had many problems to overcome. He stammered and he was shy. He spoke without expression, without feeling. He had to plead in court many times before he could win his case. By then, it was already too late. His guardians had spent most of his money. Now, how did he find the solution for his problem? He trained himself to speak better. He was encouraged by well-wishers who could see that his ideas were good but his delivery was bad. And in the end, eventually, he learned to speak eloquently with a purpose. He achieved his dream of becoming one of the greatest orators of his time. Let's start with the explanation of the story. As a boy, Demosthenes was shy and delicate. While his father was a wealthy sword maker in Athens, after his untimely death, Demosthenes was placed under the care of his guardians, who were negligent with his fortunes. Thus, Demosthenes was not given good education and training. His voice was weak and his words were unclear. He stammered. He could hear people laugh and jeer at him. One day, he heard that Callistratus, an orator who everyone admired, was to speak at a great trial in the courtroom. Demosthenes attended the trial and was impressed by his oratory. Demosthenes said to himself that he too will be an orator. Thus began a journey which saw Demosthenes become one of the greatest Athenian orators. Demosthenes worked hard to succeed. He read history, wrote speeches, and listened to famous orators. But his first address in the assembly of Athens was a failure. An old man who had seen how sad and disappointed Demosthenes was told him that his speech reminded him of the great orator Pericles. Heartened, Demosthenes tried again but failed a second time. He left the assembly, while an actor named Satyrus knew him well, followed him. Demosthenes, on seeing Satyrus, did not hide his feelings and said that a sailor with a foolish story will make them applaud, while if he tells them tales of the glorious deeds of their own countrymen, they do not care. Satyrus agreed. He asked Demosthenes to recite some lines from one of the great Greek poets. Demosthenes' recitation was correct, but his voice was dull. When Satyrus repeated the lines back to him, Demosthenes could not believe that they were the same lines. His voice rose and fell, and Demosthenes was struck by his passionate expressions. From that day on, Demosthenes began to practice in different ways. They say he went to the seashore and spoke with pebbles in his mouth, so that when he spoke without the stones, the words came through loud and clear. He watched himself in the mirror to constantly improve his expressions, gestures, and actions. He practiced speaking as he ran up a hill, straining to speak each word. Gone was the boy who spoke with a stammer. Demosthenes soon became an orator whose speeches were filled with drama and purpose. Children, now let's discuss the character web and sketch of Demosthenes. In the story, we learned that Demosthenes was shy. And why was he shy? Because Demosthenes had stammered. He could not speak clearly or properly. He was determined to achieve what he wanted, and he wanted to be a good orator. His perseverance to overcome his disability was unmatched. That means no one could match the way he tried to overcome his disability. And the last, that he was focused to achieve his goal, that is to be a good orator despite the obstacles, the difficulties that he faced during the journey. Before I end this video, I would like to talk about the moral learned from this story. Demosthenes had a problem of speech. He stammered, but he still wanted to be an orator, and to achieve his goal, he did not leave any stone unturned. Despite of facing difficulties or failures, he still continued to practice and worked hard to reach his goal. Ultimately, because of his will and desire, he became a great orator. Similarly, we should also not stop trying. We should always keep trying to achieve our goal, no matter the difficulties or failures we face in the way. Always remember that qualities like perseverance, hard work, tenacity helps us in achieving our goal. Thank you.